Now, we have a long day ahead of us. We are about to venture out onto a nearly 350-kilometer drive as we try to escape Canada and enter back into the United States. This is going to be a lot of fun. Regardless, nonetheless, if you want to see that, more of that, by all means, feel free to check out Squirrel Tribe Life, where we will keep you updated on what is happening. Pretty eventful day yesterday. We know that potentially today, crossing the border with the way that the car is packed.
Yeah.
Just everything crammed in there as we're trying to...
Everything screams, pull us over and double check this, because it's a small shit show over here.
But before we go, just wanted to bring you guys a quick update here about these $2,500 checks that are going out to different states, and if your state is going to be listed, as well as somebody asked a question that I'm going to cover on a future video about the potential collapse, the problems that Chase Bank is experiencing, and they have a mortgage payment that they make to Chase. What should they do?
That's actually a very good question.
It made me think about the question and response that Ron shared on a screenshot in the message. So we're going to talk about that in another video.
Okay.
But not to beat around the bush, not to delay. Did you just hit your foot?
I told her watch out for that thing, and I think she rammed her knee into the wheel on that thing anyway.
We are in tight quarters here, but this room is actually pretty big in this hotel. But the kid, she had to sleep on a pull-out cot, and she apparently just walked into it. It's been there all day, but I guess she forgot. Now, 6 states, 6 states that potentially are going to be receiving payments, stimulus payments, and to the tune of $2,500. First state,
Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah.
We never really hear too much about Alaska except for
the oil pipeline thingy that's going right now,
and the Canadian VIP.
Yeah, the train thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until today. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of the cars are like glass dome roofs.
You can see everything.
But I did see that for the 14-day trip, it was like 18 grand a person.
Yeah, so there was the reason why.
So that was kind of was kind of high.
Cool, but no.
It says that the Alaska Permanent Fund Division pays Alaska residents a portion of the state minerals revenue in the form of an annual dividend to benefit current and future generations. It's calculated based on the number of eligible Alaskan applicants in a dividend year and half of the statutory net income average over the 5 most recent fiscal years. Although the deadline is March 31 of the year for which you are applying, there are some exceptions. Applicants who filed an online application via web and selected direct deposit and have been determined eligible for payment by September 22nd of 2023 will receive their 2023 dividend through direct deposit on October 5th, 2023. Applicants via web and or paper determined eligible for payment by October 18, 2023 will receive their dividend check on October 26th of this year by direct deposit or check. Checks are mailed from Juneau starting October 26, 2023. States the permanent fund dividend site. So basically, what does this tell you?
That if you didn't file an online application, you won't be getting anything?
That's it, exactly. Which I'm very impressed that you were able to figure that out while trying to manage the mucus situation in the background. I think she's getting better. Anybody who's been watching, following along, knows how we had an experience with some cigarette smoke. And ultimately, this is the result.
Yes, our child with the stuffy for days and now super
drainy.
snotty. Yeah.
Next up, Massachusetts, another state we don't hear too much about, but Massachusetts began paying state tax refund on November 1 of last year to eligible filers who were entitled to a refund of 14% of their 2021 Massachusetts state tax liability. However, if you have not yet filed your 2021 return, you can still receive a refund if you file by September 15th, 2023. According to the Massachusetts.gov or mass.gov, mass.gov. So if you haven't filed 2021 return, you're actually really behind because it's 2023 and you should have filed your 2022 return by now. So that's neither here nor there. However, according to Yahoo Finance, you can go to mass.gov and go ahead and get your refund. I'll let you say the next state.
So next you got Minnesota.
Minnesota. The Minnesota Department of Revenue will send one-time direct tax rebate payments for tax year 2021 to eligible Minnesotians after a recent tax law update. The legislation signed May 24 of this year provides payments of $520 for married couples filing a joint return with an adjusted gross income of $150,000 or less. Exactly $260 is available for all other individuals with adjusted gross income of $75,000 or less, as well as another $260 for each dependent claimed on your return, up to 3 dependents, so up to $780. So if we were to max this out, we're looking at $520 up to $700 and plus the $780. So then you're looking at $1,300. That'd be $1,300.
Yeah, 8 and 5.
So
round down.
Minnesota could see a $1,300 stimulus, and then it says here we got a stimulus update for new proposals, which could give Americans monthly $1,200 checks. If you guys are interested in that, by all means, smash that like button, comment down below. Montana, which is interesting because that's exactly where we're headed to next. Mm-hmm. And according to the Montana Business and Income Tax Division, Governor Greg Gainforte has signed state House bills into law to provide tax rebates for eligible Montana taxpayers. House Bill 192 provides a rebate for individual income taxes paid in tax year 2021 for those whose filing status was single, head of household, or married filing separately. The rebate will be either $1,250 or the line 20 amount, whichever is less. You can look at your tax return and see what line 20 says. For married filing jointly, taxpayers' rebates will be $2,500 or the line 20 amount, whichever is less. And so if your line 20 amount is $2,500, then you're still going to get $2,500. House Bill 222, the property tax rebate, is a rebate of up to $675 a year of property taxes paid on a principal residence, and there is a rebate available for property taxes paid for the 2022 tax year, and another rebate available for property taxes paid for the 2023 tax year. So we got 2 more here. We're going to make this quick. New Mexico. The New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department started issuing rebate checks of up to $1,000 for married couples filing joint returns, heads of household and surviving spouses, and $500 for single filers and married individuals filing separately. In mid-June, eligible residents who filed a 2021 income tax return and are not declared a dependent on another tax return will receive a payment automatically. This rebate is available to New Mexicans who have filed or will file their 2021 state income tax return by May 31 of next year, 2024. Additionally, the state is providing for residents who don't qualify for the rebates above. According to its taxation and revenue site, the amount has not been determined, but $15 million has been appropriated for the payments. There will be an application process with the Human Services Department. Distribution is expected to take place in July. Now, some other areas that have kind of popped into my head here just from my own research and other people sending me messages and comments and emails. Montreal. Mm-hmm. We didn't go to Montreal. We didn't head east. We didn't go to Toronto. We didn't visit any of those areas. Yeah. And I'm very happy that we didn't. And the reason we didn't go is because the weather looked unfavorable. Yeah. No idea it was going to be flooded.
Yeah. And tornadoes. Don't forget the tornadoes.
And tornadoes. Besides that, we did spend some time in Fargo.
North. I think that's where I heard somebody say Minnesota. That's what it did. Because I was thinking, because somebody was like, you know, Minnesotans don't put an R on the end. And I was like, you know what? It's because I heard somebody who was probably from Fargo, North Dakota, say Minnesota. That's how it sounded.
I will say that this information here that we're going through with these $2,500 checks being sent out to Americans, in my opinion, is good news. People can use the money. They can use the refund. They can use the rebate. Now, obviously, there could be some other implications that will come from this because of the government, you know, sending out these payments. But ultimately, a lot of these seem like refunds from overpayments.
I was about to say, that's our money they're just giving back to us, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, yay, we should be happy about it. But it's also like, why the hell you take so much to begin with?
Now, with that being said, when we were in Fargo, I searched just to see what kind of news is around in the areas that we are visiting. And Fargo, North Dakota, I type in just what's going on. Nothing but good things. Nothing but good things at the time.
Yeah.
Except for the potential presidential candidate coming out of Fargo, out of North Dakota, trying to bribe people into getting their campaign. He was soliciting $1 campaign contributions in exchange for a $20 gift card. However, just yesterday, I think we heard some unfortunate and disturbing news that it just wasn't there.
It didn't seem like that while we were there, although we weren't going through Fargo like that. I mean, we were literally 1 mile in where we stayed. But there was an issue that happened. I don't have the full thing here. All I have is from the Associated Press. 1 Fargo police officer killed, 2 injured in shooting that also left suspect dead in North Dakota.
Very sad, very unfortunate. In addition to what happened in Hampton, Georgia, going on in Hampton, Georgia. I don't want to go too far into it on this because, like I said, we got to go. I want to get you guys this information as quickly as possible. But if you do want to talk about that and expand on this, do a deeper dive, then again, hit the like button, comment down below. And as always, you can check us out on Patreon where we have these discussions and deep dives. Washington, number 6, the number 6 state on the list, getting these $2,500 stimulus checks, direct deposit payments for the people that need it the most. Washington Working Families Tax Credit will provide payments to state residents worth between $50 and $1,200. Payments will go to individuals and families who meet certain eligibility requirements dependent on your income level and how many qualifying children you have in your household. Undocumented workers and others who use an individual taxpayer identification number to do their taxes are eligible for this payment. And if you're eligible, you have 3 years to claim your credit. Now, what this says to me is that this is potentially a perk to falling into this category of meeting certain eligibility requirements based on your income levels potentially being lower. Okay. Now, I also know that if you guys are listening and paying attention to this point, there's probably going to be a little bit of pushback here with the fact that they're providing this $1,200 payment potentially to undocumented workers. Undocumented workers.
That's where the problem's going to come in.
And again, on that bombshell, we will end this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, you guys take care. Be safe. See you real soon. Bye.
Adios.